Today, boys and girls, we are going to continue with our lessons on subtraction word problems, and today we are going to be able to use a strategy to solve a change unknown subtraction word problem. So our word problem for the day is Jessica had 42 sour gummy worms. She gave some sour gummy worms to her sister. Now she has 30 sour gummy worms. How many sour gummy worms did Jessica give her sister? I want you to take the next 30 seconds, and before I fill in our equation, real quick before you do, remember we have our start, our change, and our result, and we have to figure out what operation we're doing, so we're going to be adding or subtracting. But before I fill it in, I want you to take the next 30 seconds, and I just want you to reread through that question. If you need to, you can pause the video, and I want you in your notebook to fill this out. What would you put in each place if you're reading that word problem? So I'm going to give you the next 30 seconds to think about that. Alright, boys and girls, so you had your 30 seconds. Again, if you needed to, you could pause the video and stop it to figure it out. So I'm going to read through my word problem again, sentence by sentence, so I know what I have. So if I read, it says, Jessica had 42 sour gummy worms. So if I stop and think about that, I know Jessica had 42 sour gummy worms. So I know what she started with. She's starting with this. She had 42 gummy worms. Then I'm going to read, she gave some sour gummy worms to her sister. Well, I know it says she gave, so I know if she gave them, that means she's giving them away, so she no longer has them. So I know it's going to be subtraction. But then it says she gave some. It doesn't tell me exactly how many she gives away. So for right now, I think that is my unknown, because I don't know how many Jessica gave away to her sister. So I'm going to put that question mark right there. And it says, now she has 30 sour gummy worms. How many sour gummy worms did Jessica give her sister? So I'm going to go back to that. Now she has 30 sour gummy worms. So I'm going to think about, I know that she had 42. She gave some to her sister. And again, I know that means she took away from her 42. I don't know how many she took away, but now I know that she now has 30. So I know that's her ending result, is that she has 30 gummy worms now in her possession. So if I were to think about this, right now I can't solve this. If I ask you to do 42 minus something, minus question mark, can you take question mark away from 42? And then my thinking is, no, I can't. So I'm going to have to rearrange this problem. So that this question mark is over here, and it's what I'm trying to figure out. It's the answer that I want to figure out. It's my result. So I'm going to rearrange this to where I'm going to put that question mark down here in my result, because it's my unknown. I need to figure out what that's going to be. Well, so in this case, when I think about it, I have 42 minus something gives me 30. Well, in this case, I'm still going to start with 42, because 42 is my greatest amount that I started with. I had that, and then I gave some away, and now I have a smaller number. So it wouldn't make sense to put 30 here. I'm going to put 42 here, and I'm going to take away that 30 and see if I can't figure out how much she gave to her sister. So I'm going to do a base 10 drawing. So I want to know that I have 42. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42. And it says I'm taking away 30. And I know 30 is 3/10. So I no longer have those 3/10. So I see that I still have 2 ones, but I only have 1 10. And I know that 1 10 plus 2 ones is 10, 11, 12. So I know that she has given away 12 gummy worms to her sister. If I want to check this, I can take this 12 and I can put it back in my original problem and check and see if 42 minus 12 equals 30. So I'm going to check that. I'm going to check and see if I have 42, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 ones, and I take away 12. So 10, 11, 12. What am I left with? I see that I am left with 30, and that was my original result that I wanted to have. So by checking my answer, I see that I am correct and that she gave her sister 12 gummy worms. Now, I need to write my solution sentence, so I'm going to say, Jessica gave her sister 12 sour gummy worms. Okay, so again, I had to, the first one, I can't do 42 minus blank. I had to rearrange so I could solve and figure out that unknown. And when I did that, I took it and I put it back into my original problem to see if I got my result. And in this case, I did. So I know that Jessica gave her sister 12 sour gummy worms.